I saw Elvira. I watched the Munsters last night.
I loved it.
I loved it
Really?
too.
Loved it.
I did too. Thank you. You're the only one I fucking spoke to. Who
loved it.
Listen, I fucking don't like Rob Zombie movies. A lot of
do.
them. I don't. Like. I like.
He's the reason why.
All right.
He's the whole reason why. Like I just watch him and I'm just.
I like some of the stuff he's done.
That Salem shit?
Consistently, I don't love his stuff. Like, I like some of his stuff, but not all of it. But, listen, the Munsters was cheesy, campy kind of shit. And that was the point. And I went into it wanting to hate it, and when I loved it.
Me too.
I was very entertained.
You know what made me love it? The one part that made me love it when they saw each other and the groovy shit was in the back.
Yeah.
I was like, when I met my girl when I was a kid, there was the groovy shit behind it.
Yeah.
Like, there was definitely, so I saw that and I was like, I remember that feeling.
Yeah.
What a groovy chick, like, you know, and I was like, yes. Yeah. Once he did that, I was like, all right, now I know where we're going with this.
Yeah, it was cool, man. I like the band. I like he had a little fucking
Herman
Munster band, whatever the fuck it was. You know what I mean? It was good.
Yeah, it was
good.
Herman in the something.
It's Herman in the Rock something.
Yeah, but that was
picture
good.
The poster, yeah.
I was stoned too when I watched it, bro. I turned it off halfway through. I was like, I couldn't, bro. And
Listen, try it again.
No, I watched the whole thing. I watched the whole thing.
All right.
You know, I watched half it stoned, and I watched the other half sober, and I was just like, I give it a 50-50. It's all right. But, I mean, I'm not going to fucking sit there and say that's,
Listen, I'm not saying it's the best movie in the world. It was entertaining. It was exactly what it was supposed to be. It was a campy film. It was easier to watch than fucking Dahmer.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I don't know if like I'm like I write that kind of shit in general. Like that's my whole whole catalog is murder, and I was literally falling asleep. So I don't know if I'm just used to talking like that all day long and what like the thoughts in my head for what I'm writing.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
I don't know how you fell asleep.
I fell asleep.
You didn't get cringed?
It's a hard, like for me, listen, I watch murder shows all the time. I watch horror movies all the time. None of that shit really bothers me. But the fucking Dahmer thing, man.
You want to know why it bothered you?
I mean, it was all real.
I'll tell you why it bothered you. Because you felt his mental illness through the screen.
Oh, fuck yes.
Prozac and weed.
Yeah.
I didn't feel it at all. I was like, wow. But you felt the mental illness through the screen.
Yeah, very
That's
much.
what it was.
I was fucking uncomfortable.
Yes,
Like, it was like,
I can't watch it stoned, dude. I tried watching it stoned. I couldn't.
Yeah, but I passed out. I was like, whatever. I was like, mental illness. We both have it. Good night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like,
but you're not fucking drilling holes in people's heads and fucking eating them.
I'm writing that in songs, though.
Yeah.
You know, maybe my application is smarter than his, if you think about it. You know, I'm one step away from, everyone is one step away from doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember fucking Corpse Grinder said that from Cannibal Corpse. Like, hey, if we weren't making music, man, we'd probably be a bunch of fucking psychos.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I like metal guys and, guys like, all that kind of, they're fucking nice guys. They get out their aggression, like, writing what they write. They get it out in the pit. They get it out listening to music. And one way or another, they get their aggressions out. You know what I mean? And that's what the scene is, it's about.
You think Dahmer should have joined a fucking death metal?
Yeah, maybe Dahmer. I think Dahmer was fucking a little more mentally ill than anybody.
If Dahmer was alive in this time, let's say, if he grew up in this time, I don't think Dahmer would have done that because Dahmer would have came out. He was hiding the fact he was gay so long.
Yeah.
That makes people, like, murder people, like, because it's got to be crazy. Like, that's like me oppressing that I just smoke weed. Like, I can't tell nobody.
Yeah.
Imagine that magnified, that, like, you're gay. I can't tell my father I'm gay.
Yeah, and living in, where the fuck was he? Wisconsin or whatever the fuck
he was living like
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, yeah. So, like...
It's like the fucking their version of Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah, you couldn't do that. You couldn't go out and do that. All of the people that he killed were like not even living with their families at the time because they were like, gay and then weren't allowed in the house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's messed up.
And I think that was, the hard part about watching that too. It was fucking sad. The dudes that he took home were having enough fucking problems.
That's what I'm saying.
Being gay and black and fucking in this city that's like whatever.
Yeah.
And then to see him kill these people was like, and the one guy's fucking deaf that he killed. I'm like, oh my God.
I couldn't watch that one because that whole episode was quiet and I would have been in my own head and I couldn't do it. I had to shut it off. I was like, I can't watch this. Like, what's that movie that it's quiet? Quiet Place?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I was like sitting there watching it. Like the first 20 minits, nobody says a word. I was like,
What was that? We talking about that shit on Netflix?
A Quiet
with the
Place
mother
is
and her
good.
two kids.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that? Like, if I wanted to go see Silence, like, what the fuck, bro? Waiting for Charlie Chaplin to come out and be the murderer. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, it's a horror movie. I want to get scared, and I get scared of shit.
What you're not saying is that being gay doesn't make you drill holes in people's heads and eat them and shit, right? That's not what you're saying.
I wouldn't know.
No.
No, it was a bad joke.
What's funny? Whatever. I was reading an article the other day, and they were saying, apparently it's categorized. Jeffrey Dahmer is now categorized under like LGBT movies.
Yeah,
and on
Really?
Netflix.
and that's it's kind of fucked up.
It's kind of fucked up, but
It's kind of fucked up in a way.
But it is. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, he was gay.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. And I'm sure that definitely had something to do with it. But also, like they said in the show, like, his mother took pills, when he was when she was pregnant with him and all that kind of shit.
Absolutely, absolutely. He felt completely out of place. He was definitely fucked up and had a screw loose on some level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, like, he went to the military, did all that shit. Like, he just couldn't, what's it called? And it was the booze. Whenever somebody's biggest problem, that shit, is the booze or something like that, they're trying to drown something out or burn something out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was his biggest problem.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, when I get drunk, I black out.
Yeah.
So why do you drink then?
Or when he gets drunk, he's actually able to fucking do what he wants to do is what it happens. Like his fucking inhibitions are gone.
Yeah.
And he's like, now I can fucking do this, no problem.
Now I could drill this guy's head.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy shit. Imagine living next door to that.
No, that poor woman that fucking lived next door to him.
Yeah. What's that smell, Jeffrey?
Yeah, yeah. And listen, she called the cops how many fucking times?
They didn't you can see how fucking racist the shit was back then. They didn't give two shits, bro.
Yeah,
No,
racist and they were like, homophobic as fuck when the guy's like, I gotta go home and wash the lights off or some shit like that. It was
You gotta delouse yourself.
Yeah.
Gotta go home and watch the gay off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Ridiculous.
But yeah,
totally.
listen, man, even if he wasn't fucking, killing, even if he was born nowadays, I think he still would have been eating people.
I don't know.
Fucking twisted.
I don't know. There's a lot of variables.
Yeah, if he lived in New York City, maybe.
It was a bigger city. People come here to get away from that.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of variables that are there. You can't just say, oh, he's mentally ill.
Yeah.
I'm mentally ill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
What's the difference? You know what I'm saying?
You got the medication. He didn't.
Yeah, but I didn't have the medication till now. You know what I'm saying? I never did none of that shit my whole entire life. You know what I mean? Ever. Even
that's what I was telling Jeff last week. I was like, I can't imagine waking up and saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna go eat somebody right now."
Yeah, no.
I can't.
I don't think it was quite that easy simple.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm hungry.
He said he didn't want them to leave.
Yeah.
He said he didn't want them to leave.
Yeah.
He
And
had major abandonment issues.
Yeah. I mean, he did. His mom, fucking kind of abandoned him when he was a kid.
Yeah, she took his brother and left.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He has a lot of that guy's a big onion to peel.
Yeah, and when he said, after he killed the first guy, he crumpled him up and he fucking scattered his remains in his backyard. And he's like, because I didn't want to leave. I didn't want him to leave. I wanted a piece of him around.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
That's some crazy shit. Like somebody like Richard Ramirez, like I'll look at him and be like, nah, that motherfucker's just crazy. Like R. Kelly, that motherfucker's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, there's some people are just whatever. But Dahmer, I feel like, for some reason, not that I feel bad for him on any level, but I feel like there's a lot more could have been done.
Yeah.
Like the way they, plus it's television. I mean, I feel like his parents act like they didn't give a fuck about him at all.
Well, they said, and like, listen, it was pretty fucking accurate. All of it from like, the one you feel bad for in that fucking show is his dad. And his dad, tried when he went to jail the first time and actually wrote, and it's all true stuff. Like he wrote to the fucking judge and was like, listen, my son needs help while he's in there. Don't just fucking, he needs therapy.
Yeah, they threw his ass in the fucking population, bro.
Yeah, and that was it. They didn't give him any help. You know what I mean? So,
sometimes it's too late though.
But I mean, just as I don't fucking care for murderers, bro, throw them in the fucking pit, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,